welcome back to another episode of Sunil Review, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another movie review. What movie are we gonna be reviewing about today, ladies and gentlemen? Well, as you might see from the title and thumbnail of this video, today we are gonna be reviewing the movie Amaran by your crowd favorite, ladies and gentlemen, none other than Sivakarthikeyan, ladies and gentlemen. So first and foremost, before going into the pluses as well as the negatives of this movie, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to a huge shout out to the director of this movie. He has done an absolute fantastic job on this movie, ladies and gentlemen. So before going into the details and the depth of this movie, let's talk about how this movie has been, ladies and gentlemen. So first and foremost, it has released during Diwali, ladies and gentlemen. This is the timestamp of the release date of the movie, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the first time in Tamil movie history, no, not even Tamil movie history, ladies and gentlemen, in Indian film history, in a long decades of time, this is the first single film that has never seen promotion from the production side or as well as promotion from any of the distributors of this movie, hyping this movie up so that it runs to at least 10 or 15 days so that they can, collect whatever they have put into the film, ladies and gentlemen. This is the only single film that has never done that, ladies and gentlemen. It's been, let's say, it's about 10 to 15 days since the movie released, and since this is the crowd that we have, ladies and gentlemen. So before going into all of that, let me quickly dress up and let's go to the movie, ladies and gentlemen. So as you can see right now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the movie theater. I'm gonna split screen it right now, ladies and gentlemen, because this is the next day after the film, after I watched the film, and I wanted to give you my clear thoughts and clear ideas on this movie, ladies and gentlemen. You might be asking why I did not go for the first show of this movie, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted to make this a movie review in a biased standard point of view, ladies and gentlemen. So first, if I go on the first show, ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna be like, you're gonna be a big Sivakarthikeyan fan, that's why you're gonna go to the movies. Everyone in the comments is gonna say that. So that's why I don't want to do that. I wanna go as a family, so I took my mom as well as my dad to this movie, and we saw as a family movie. If this is a family movie and if this is a movie that should be watched in our generation, ladies and gentlemen, and what can we learn about this movie? So that's why I left it off in the dust for a couple of days till the heat settles, and then I wanted to go. But to my surprise, ladies and gentlemen, it's been 10 days since the release, so I got the ticket at, I got the time ticket at 9th November. It's the 10th November that I'm recording this video right now. So I got the ticket on 9th November on night at 10:15 show. It was much more comfortable for me as well as my parents. So we did go at the 10:15 show, and still, even after 10 days after this movie, ladies and gentlemen, it was jam-packed, ladies and gentlemen. We didn't have enough parking space to park our vehicles. We had to leave it on the road. It was hard getting tickets over there, even though I had booked tickets online. We still needed to get tickets on the the real life, so we needed to get that. That was a huge rush, ladies and gentlemen, and it was a difficult time to get into the theater. The theater was jam-packed, ladies and gentlemen. So I had no hopes. I also had no scope of this movie. I had no views on the movie. I didn't watch any reviews of this movie. I didn't watch anything related to whatever the story is based on. I just went with a blank state of mind into this movie, and I saw if this movie was what they hyped up to be, right? In all the news and ads and whatever. So this is the first ever movie that Sivakarthikeyan has done and has been a major blockbuster and also crossed the 200 crore mark in a span of just 10 days, ladies and gentlemen. So the movie started sharp at 10:15. Well, let's give it a 5-minute delay, ladies and gentlemen, but still, it started at 10:15. The time of this movie is about 2 hours long, and it's about the story about a real-life superhero who has conquered the army, ladies and gentlemen. Again, this movie is about one single soldier who has who has been in the army, and the love for the army and the nation that he has brought towards it in risking his own life to save billions and billions of dreams on planet Earth, ladies and gentlemen. This is a true story attached to that guy and that person, and this film is dedicated not only to one guy who is, Mr. Major Mukund, who is not only dedicated himself as well as for the betterment of the country, but also to the entire army across the world, ladies and gentlemen. This movie speaks volumes. So Let's start off first, ladies and gentlemen. First off, the movie. Well, there might be few hiccups here and there, ladies and gentlemen, but I'll explain that in a later part of the video. Well, first and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, what this story is about, I don't want to give out too much, ladies and gentlemen, but let me tell you one thing, ladies and gentlemen. This story is all about a man who sacrifices his life for the greater being of other people, ladies and gentlemen. A man who sacrifices his family so that other families can sleep easy at night. A man who sacrifices his dreams for the welfare of other kids who can peacefully, pursue their dreams in anything that they like, ladies and gentlemen. This is a man who has lost everything in his life, but for the betterment of the country. This is the story about Major Mukund Varadarajan, a great hero to our Indian Army and the 44 Rashtriya Rifles, who has lost his life during battle so that many other billions of other people in India can stay safe and sleep easy at night, ladies and gentlemen. And this story depicts the true real life action that he has done in his real life in a perfect manner, ladies and gentlemen. The direction, the storytelling, the camera work, the cinematography, the color corrections, gradings, absolutely on point, ladies and gentlemen. And this is to show that even the best cameras out there, even the best technology out there, even the best color grading tools out there, even the best color cinematic fonts out there can never outshine a good screenplay and a good script, ladies and gentlemen. This movie had almost zero editing. It had the basic editing like cuts and J-cuts, etc. But still, it didn't have any other graphics that the modern films are producing. It didn't have a big budget SFX effects. It didn't have that much of production value in it. But the script made this movie into a solid blockbuster movie, ladies and gentlemen. Even though, I might be surprised if this movie gets even an Oscar, and it might be played in international movies too, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to support it, ladies and gentlemen. But this is a movie that you should watch as a family as well as if you're going alone too. This movie is absolutely should watch movies, ladies and gentlemen, and it is considered to be on the top tier list of one of my favorite movies across that I have watched in my entire lifetime. This movie will actually stand the test of time, ladies and gentlemen, for ages to come. And this movie is dedicated not only to one single person in the Indian Army, but this movie dedicates to all the lives that have been lost in the past years, in not only in the Indian Army, ladies and gentlemen, but across all the armies across all the world and countries, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're going out there, if you want to see a lot of patriotism, ladies and gentlemen, and if you do want to see a biopic like this one, please do go watch it, ladies and gentlemen. And a huge shout out to the director of this movie. He has taken a huge risk in making this movie, ladies and gentlemen, and he has also taken a huge sums of money for production value on this movie, because he had to shoot all of this in real life locations, same as what Mr. Major Mukund Varadarajan had done during battle times, ladies and gentlemen. And acting from both Sai Pallavi as well as Sivakarthikeyan, ladies and gentlemen, on point. They never let any single dialogue run out, ladies and gentlemen. It was watching as if Mukund Varadarajan himself was played on that movie, ladies and gentlemen. Well, if that's all I'm gonna give about this movie, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't want to give out too many spoilers about this movie, and I want all of you people to please go watch this movie. But here's the underlining fact about this movie, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the little bit downside that I felt during watching this film, ladies and gentlemen. Remember this, ladies and gentlemen, will it be a YouTube video, will it be a documentary series, will it be a Netflix film, ladies and gentlemen, none of these videos can ever success if it doesn't have the perfect audio as well as the perfect video to match, ladies and gentlemen. Even what I'm doing right now, ladies and gentlemen, this has a perfect audio as well as a perfect video. I might not say, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm still trying to figure out many things. Right? That's how life goes. You need to figure out things going here and there, ladies and gentlemen. And this is what I felt during watching this film, ladies and gentlemen. as many people, you might have seen a lot of reviews about the Amaran movie, ladies and gentlemen, and how the music as well as the background score was on point by G.V. Prakash, ladies and gentlemen. I might have other opinion. Again, this is my personal opinion, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing against G.V. Prakash or any of the other talented music artists who produced background score for this movie, but this is my personal opinion, ladies and gentlemen. I might think that the background effects, the background sounds as well as the background music for this movie was a little bit let down, ladies and gentlemen, because you might know, ladies and gentlemen, every single movie, when you're gonna be starting this movie off, ladies and gentlemen, you're gonna be showing the hero doing something extraordinarily, something great, and you need some sort of high rising music to back this off, ladies and gentlemen. And well, the starting part of the movie is that I don't want to give out too much of this movie, but the music, the action was great part, but the music was not that great part, ladies and gentlemen. So when they are showing the actor who's Sivagathi, who's playing the role, the music was a letdown, and I didn't get that feeling, the depth feeling or the true depth of the character feel, ladies and gentlemen. And I think if the production they had more money, if they could spend it a lot more on choosing Anirudh instead of G.V. Prakash, the hero might got a little bit of boost as well as a little bit of character depth, ladies and gentlemen. Not only on the character side of the character side music of this film, but also the other parts of the other parts where the sound effects really matters. That also I felt like a little bit of letdown, ladies and gentlemen, because the sound effects in this movie majorly affect this movie, because this movie is all about gunshots, bombs firing, grenades, rocket launchers, whatever you think that happens in the military, this movie has, ladies and gentlemen. So I do feel like this was a little bit let down in the sound effects side, ladies and gentlemen. Again, this is my personal opinion, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing to say wrong about G.V. Prakash or any of the music legends that produced the background scores behind this movie, but this is my personal opinion. I just wanted to know, let the directors know, maybe if they're trying to produce a second film same as this, I might think if you do want to get a biopic of some of the greater heroes across the world, I suggest you to get Anirudh on the background tracks, because he will produce something, and he will produce the depth of the character much more intense as well as much more higher production value than G.V. Prakash, ladies and gentlemen. G.V. Prakash is good at making songs that are slow beat, mild melodic songs, but Anirudh had that feeling. You know what I mean, ladies and gentlemen. That true depth of feel when you need to show something that is spectacular in a movie, that only Anirudh has, ladies and gentlemen. Well, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, that's all for the movie review. This is my personal opinion, ladies and gentlemen. If you do think that I made some mistakes in this movie review, please do leave it in the comment section below, ladies and gentlemen. And also while you're down there, ladies and gentlemen, if you have already watched the movie, please do leave it down in the comment section below, ladies and gentlemen. And as usual, that's all for the movie review, ladies and gentlemen. Well, hope you like. You know what? I'm not gonna say it, ladies and gentlemen. Catch you guys on the next one. Jai Hind.